In 2023, F1 shook things up by turning Saturdays into standalone sprint race days, following Friday's practice and qualifying sessions. However, this change received a mixed reception from fans and drivers alike. Some embraced the added excitement, while others felt it overshadowed the main Grand Prix event. World champion Max Verstappen and other drivers haven't been shy about sharing their diverse opinions on sprint races. The grid is divided, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this racing experiment. Now, hold on to your helmets, because 2024 is set to redefine the sprint weekend experience once again. F1 is not just tweaking, but revamping the format to address concerns and enhance the overall race weekend vibe. Plus, we've got some spice with changes to DRS and engines on the horizon. In the upcoming season, get ready for a sprint weekend extravaganza in China, Miami, Austria, the United States, Sao Paulo, and Qatar. China and Miami are stepping in to replace Azerbaijan and Belgium, adding a fresh twist to the sprint series. While sprint races continue to be a hot topic, there's no denying the added excitement they bring to the F1 weekend. So, stick with us as we break down the changes, share driver perspectives, and rev up the anticipation for what's shaping up to be an epic 2024 F1 season. Before you zoom off, F1 For You fans, let me hit the brakes for just a moment. Are you revved up for the upcoming season? Do you think the tweaks will make sprint weekends even more electrifying? Share your racing wisdom with the F1 For You community. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow gearheads. Let's build a pit stop of discussion and excitement around these changes. Hit that share button and let the racing conversation spread like wildfire. Alright, now you can hit the gas again, and we'll catch you in the next turn. 2024 Sprint Weekend Changes. So, what's in store? Fridays are getting a facelift with Free Practice 1 and Sprint Qualifying, setting the stage for a weekend of adrenaline-pumping action. Saturdays will see the sprint race taking center stage, paving the way for Grand Prix qualifying. And of course, Sundays remain reserved for the main event, the Grand Prix that we all love. Why the change? The 2023 season raised some eyebrows with concerns about predictability and how it affected setup decisions. F1 has listened, and these alterations aim to address those issues head-on. The F1 Commission is on board, and regulatory changes are in the works, soon to be presented to the World Motorsport Council. Now, let's talk controversy. Some argue that sprint races steal the thunder from the main Grand Prix, the heart and soul of F1. Drivers, including the vocal world champion Max Verstappen, have been divided in their opinions. Max in particular wasn't a fan of the 2023 format. His gripe? The weekend setup made the main race a bit too predictable after the sprint race on Saturday. With qualifying for the main event right after the sprint, Saturday became its own standalone sprint day. As we gear up for 2024, these changes promise to inject more unpredictability and excitement into the mix. Let's rewind to 2023, where parc fermé restrictions stirred the pot, limiting setup changes after sprint races. But fear not, as 2024 is about to flip the script. Fridays kick off with Free Practice 1, followed by Sprint Qualifying, setting the stage for a weekend of racing drama. Saturdays will see the sprint race leading into Grand Prix qualifying, and Sundays remain dedicated to the Grand Prix showdown. Now, here's the game changer. The F1 Commission has given a nod in principle to reopen parc fermé between the sprint race and Grand Prix qualifying. This move is a direct response to the complaints from the previous season, where cars were essentially locked into their setups after just one practice session on Fridays. This newfound flexibility allows teams to make crucial setup tweaks, from suspension changes to specification adjustments between sessions. Drivers won't have to compromise their grid positions on race day due to unexpected setup revelations post-sprint race. Picture Alpine's Esteban Ocon at Baku last year, tweaking his suspension during the sprint race. Aston Martin and Haas, starting from the pit lane in Austin, also benefited from specification changes. The strategic advantage doesn't end there. With parc fermé reopening, teams can tailor their setups to the demands of the sprint race and then readjust for the Grand Prix. This means more unpredictability in Sunday's race, as the cars undergo changes, keeping us all on the edge of our seats. Get ready for a dynamic 2024 season where the game is changing and strategies are evolving. Engine changes. We're talking about a rollback on power unit allocations, giving teams more room to rev up their performance. So, what's the scoop? The restricted power unit allocation, which had dropped from 4 to 3 in recent seasons, is making a comeback. Drivers will now have 4 units each for internal combustion engines, MGUK, MGUH, and turbochargers. It's like giving teams an extra gear for the next 2 seasons, enhancing both reliability and performance on the track. Why the change? Well, this rollback isn't just a pit stop, it's a strategic move to provide teams with more options. In terms of reliability and performance, the F1 engines are the beating hearts of those racing beasts, and by restoring the power unit allocation to 4, F1 is offering teams the flexibility to push the boundaries and maximize their engine potential. This update is a game changer for the 2024 and 2025 seasons, allowing teams to fine-tune their engine strategies, experiment with performance enhancements, and gear up for an even more electrifying racing experience. Besides the rollback on the restricted power unit allocation, the count, which had dropped from 4 to 3 in the previous seasons, is making a roaring comeback, giving drivers 4 units each for internal combustion engines, MGUK, MGUH, and turbochargers. It's like a power boost for teams, offering more reliability and performance options for the next 2 seasons. But wait, there's more! Get ready for a shift in the DRS game. The race director now has the authority to trigger DRS activation just 1 lap after the start of the race or following safety car restarts. This change is turning up the heat on race start and restart strategies, breaking the 1-second barrier sooner and allowing for earlier DRS use. Why the switch? It's all about encouraging overtaking and keeping the racing closer. By providing an advantage to the attacking car earlier in the race, F1 is aiming to deliver more thrilling moments and strategic moves on the track.